a police helicopter is scrambled to assist the search. It's confirmed a body has been found in woodland, just 6 yards from the edge of the road. The helicopter observation team relay images back to police headquarters.
I can remember looking at the screen and seeing what clearly appeared to be the dumped and crumpled body of a naked female.
But Stuart Gull is soon to see yet another, even more harrowing image. Winter 2006. In just 6 weeks, 5 women have disappeared from Ipswich's red light district. The bodies of 3 women have been recovered. A 4th body has just been found in woodland. And from the air, the police continue to search the area. For helicopter observer Maggie Williams, it's a search that'll take a devastating turn.
I put the camera onto the first body. And we decided as a crew that we should really search the rest of the wood. And as I swung the camera around, panned the camera around, and came into view on the screen was another body. And that was, the realisation, the gruesome discovery that yes, there were 2 bodies there in the same location, fairly close to each other.
Images from the helicopter's camera are relayed to the Suffolk Police headquarters.
It probably took a few moments for the pennies to drop, but it then dawned on me we now had a 4th and 5th victim. That was a particularly difficult time.
The police soon confirm the bodies are those of Paula Clennell and Annette Nichols.
That's the one that hit me the worst, and still does to this day, is Annette. I can't believe she's dead. I can't believe she's gone, really. Don't want to believe it, but I have to.
A post-mortem shows Paula Clennell died following compression to the neck. But Annette's death remains a mystery. Tragically, all 5 of the missing women have been found dead. Stuart Gull reluctantly announces the police are looking for a serial killer.
Whilst we only had a cause of death for 2, in all probability, all had died as a result of some form of interference with the airway. So you put all of that together, and I think quite rightly we drew the conclusion that we were looking for just 1 or more persons who were involved together in the abduction and murder of all 5 women.
600 officers and staff from within Suffolk are now assisted by a further 500 from around the country. It's the biggest police manhunt the East of England has ever seen. With the announcement that a serial killer is at large, the media attention dramatically increases.
I think you'll agree there's little doubt that the murders are the work of one person or persons working together.
We had a number of people of interest, a small number at that stage, but it's a very methodical, very sort of scientific process that you need to go through. You can't declare everybody a suspect, otherwise you make no progress at all.
One name seems to offer itself up. Following an interview with a newspaper in which he admits to knowing the 5 victims, 37-year-old supermarket worker Tom Stevens is taken into custody.
In custody and helping police with their inquiries, the man who lived here is being held by police hunting the Suffolk serial killer.
The police had to arrest Tom Stevens on that occasion because, if in effect, he said, I knew all of these 5 women, they've all been back to my house, I do not have an alibi for the nights that they went missing. In those circumstances, the police would have been bonkers not to have arrested somebody who's openly saying that.
Without solid evidence, the police know they'll soon have to let Stevens go. Then, the forensic team take an extraordinary step forward. Tiny amounts of DNA are retrieved from the bodies of Annalie Alderton, Annette Nichols, and Paula Clennell, the 3 women found on dry land.
My initial feeling was one of surprise, bearing in mind the very hostile environment that these young women had been found in. I wasn't over-optimistic that we'd recover forensic material as quickly as we did.
The forensic team's objective is to see if this DNA is that of the killer. But there's a problem. There may not be enough DNA to examine accurately. To be able to identify the DNA's genetic fingerprint, the team need a certain amount of DNA. By using a technique known as polymerase chain reaction, the strands of DNA retrieved from the bodies are copied over and over again, providing the team with enough genetic material to analyze. The findings stun David Stagg.
I remember when I was notified that we had a DNA hit that linked firstly 2 of the bodies and then subsequently all 3 of the land deposited bodies. And initially it was a feeling of disbelief.
It's a 1 in a billion result. The DNA retrieved from the 3 separate bodies all link back to the same person. But who? The samples are checked against the National DNA Database.
Gov, forensics managed to pull some DNA off one of the bodies.
Have they found a match for the DNA?
Yeah, they have.
Tom Stevens?
No, local man by the name of Stephen Wright.
Steve Wright wasn't on our radar at that particular time. He was already in the system. He'd actually been stopped on an anniversary road check in respect of the disappearance of Tanya Nicol.
All right, move on.
It's quickly established that Wright works locally as a forklift driver and lives on London Road, one of the streets that make up Ipswich's red light district.
Put him under 24-hour surveillance. See what turns up.
Got it.
The Suffolk police know Wright's arrest has to be handled carefully. Wright is placed under 24-hour observation.
Once the suspect had been identified as Steve Wright, there was an incredible amount of planning went into the arrest phase. And from our perspective, the real detail around it was how were we going to deal forensically with his house, with his car, with him when he comes into custody.
By giving the forensic team time to prepare for Wright's arrest, Stuart Gull knew he was taking a calculated risk.
Having deferred the arrest of Steve Wright for 24 hours, I effectively put a ring of steel around him. I couldn't afford for him to be at large.
With the forensic team's preparation complete, the police arrive at 79 London Road in the early hours of the 19th of December.
Stephen Wright?
Yes.
Stephen Wright, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murders of Tanya Nicol, Annalie Alderton, Gemma Adams, Paula Clennell, and Annette Nichols.
The 48-year-old man was arrested at his home address in Ipswich at approximately 5 a.m. this morning, Tuesday, the 19th of December.
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you fail to mention something that you later rely on in court.
He has been arrested on suspicion of murdering all 5 women.
The police conduct a background check of the man they believe capable of killing 5 young women. Born in Norfolk in 1958 as one of 4 children, Wright was to lead an unhappy childhood, with his mother leaving home soon after his 8th birthday. With no qualifications,